Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the antidote to lockdown boredom. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions I can find. And with any luck, my guests will be able to answer all of them! I'm going to start muting you all.
I'm trying so hard to ignore you.
How many times do I have to shoot you guys? Dave's trying to talk. Come on.
Okay, sorry, B.
Oh, I was shushing Dave too. Sorry.
Hello, everyone. Guess what? I got a new ball. And there's something really weird about it.
That's
It's
amazingly
so much
quick surgery. How's it doing?
It's so much
you learn from
bouncier.
your mistakes and buy an industrial one?
How do I know if it's an industrial one?
Bounce on it really hard, see if it pops.
I was gonna say, is it made by like Playtex or is it made by?
No. Dave invites us onto his stream as his guest, and all we can do is bust his balls.
I mean, if you got it from Adam and Eve, it might be cheap. I'm just saying.
I thought Adam and Eve was meant to be good.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
But not in terms of making yoga balls for sexual
Do
purposes.
they still send out free shitty porn DVDs when you order something? I ordered
don't
something
know.
years ago and they gave me this free so I was like, cool. So I stuck it in. I was like, oh my god, that is the worst. That is the worst porn I've ever seen in my life. It was just bad. It was just the actors weren't very attractive. You know, there's nothing appealing about it at all. They were wearing like
probably
shitty
Jason
clothing.
Dolls, so
The
treat them like
backdrop
that.
was like just a room empty. It was weird. I don't know.
Amanda says too many penises.
Ricardo said, so
I never
if it's
ordered from
bouncy-
them again because I was always afraid to get another one of those, and I would watch it out of, well, you gotta look at what's on it. Oh
I was
god!
gonna say you don't have to actually put it in the
You can just throw it in the bin. Treat it as packaging.
God,
Yeah.
it's free porn. Would you throw it in the bin, Dave, or would you look at it?
It depends what it
Here's
is.
the question. Here's my first
About
question
it,
today.
though.
If it was free giraffe tiger porn, I wouldn't watch it.
Yeah, but you don't know what it is.
Fuck.
Is it just a nondescript CD? Like,
I think if it was giraffe and lion, it would, or tiger, it would be more like BDSM. Anyways, go ahead.
I'd have to imagine so.
I was gonna say,
And-
A, the internet's full of free porn, and B, does the CD just have nothing on it? Does it not just have the terrible title of the terrible porn on it?
No. It didn't really say anything on it. And if it did have a name, it must have been very nondescript, because I don't remember it.
It's the sketchiest nondescript CD. Fantastic.
But
Did you
in my defense, this was like 13 years ago,
Oh.
so it might have just been they don't do that anymore because it's free on TV. I mean, free on the internet. I don't know.
Anyway,
Right.
moving on.
Yep.
Right.
Should we do some questions?
May as well.
All right.
Question 784. What is the worst thing you've ever been sprayed with?
Okay.
I think I have an easy answer for that.
I've got a relatively easy answer.
When
Go on.
when we were kids, we used to go lift up the cow patties from underneath once they were kind of like hard on the outside and they were still soft in the middle. And
No.
we'd fling them at each other.
Why?
Why not?
We lived on a farm in the middle of nowhere, and we had all summer to do nothing but chores. So you get bored after a while.
It's maybe not being spread with something, but along the lines of what B. When you live out in the country, we used to put white T-shirts on and get blackberries and throw them at each other and leave marks. So it's like, you know, things
Yeah, it
you
was
do
fun.
to occupy yourself before there's no internet. And
Your mom must have
yes.
loved you for that.
Oh, she fucking hated us. You know them stains don't come out of them fucking shirts. Yeah, we know.
That's the reason why we got white shirts, Mom.
I'm gonna say Lucy says cowpat fights are a thing. I don't ever recall having a cowpat
Yes.
A
Yeah, I
frisbee
grew up in a
to
And then
farm.
she
We
would-
didn't do that shit. Fuck, I worked on a dairy
She'd
farm.
say-
We didn't do it. Weirdos.
She,
On the dairy farm,
she'd
were
make
you
the girls
below
go in
the
the back and
cows
the boys in the
when
front.
milking?
She'd strip us down and she'd hose us down and make us strip, hose us down again. Go get in the bathtub.
Were the
yeah,
cows
that's
above
right.
you when you were milking?
They
They were
I
raised
don't
about
really-
2 foot off the ground.
it was a small dairy farm. It wasn't like a commercial one, so you know.
I helped out at an
didn't
organic
have
one.
any-
Dave, we milked our cow every morning and she only pooped while we were milking her like twice.
I worked for, well, I didn't work, I helped out for a couple of weeks on an organic dairy farm a few years ago. And I got shat on and pissed on daily.
I guess we had a good cow and you had bad ones. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, we only milked like 6 at a time. There was only maybe 20 in the herd.
Maybe you shouldn't have gone to work every day smelling like hamburgers, Dave. Maybe it was
How
like
do you not feel
revenge.
like hamburgers?
I wouldn't. Why would they care
Offensive.
about pigs?
Me too. Cows matter too.
Jeff.
Nothing quite so dramatic, really. Just a few times when the occasional assholes driven past me when I've been on the pavement and sprayed me with a flipping huge puddle because they can't be bothered to slow down or go around it.
That's
I've had a
asshole.
couple of good ones of them. To be honest, I don't think the cows are the worst. I think babies are worse. You just change a baby and all of a sudden, psst, fucking fuck.
I have been very lucky.
my
Elena
God.
has never pissed on me. Elena has never shat on me, and Elena has never vomited on me.
Lucky you.
I have been very
I'd
lucky.
say.
And I have pushed the boat out. Like I've
You
thrown
don't-
her up in the air after food and everything, and no.
You don't get the dad badge.
No.
My daughter has thrown up in my husband's mouth not once but twice in the 1 year she's been alive.
Yeah, Angel never peed on me, which was weird considering he's a boy, and I know they like to do that thing where they, pee as soon as their penis hits
Cold
the
air.
Yeah, he never did that. But he has thrown up on me so many fucking. In fact, it's to the point now that even though he's 16, if he goes to vomit, I go to grab it just because I'm so used to it, so it doesn't get everywhere. So I've been thrown up on so many fucking times from that kid. Ugh.
You've just reminded me. I'm fairly certain I sprayed myself with vomit when trying to stop myself. When I put my hand over my mouth, to try and stop myself, and then
Comes out your
got it,
nose.
and it's just gone.
Yes, we've all been.
It's just-
I think we've all
Oh
done
my
that.
God.
So.
Yeah, my
Sammy says-
nephew, I was changing his diaper one time, and I'm like wiping his butt, and I rolled him over to put the diaper underneath of him a little bit or something, and he went to pee. I don't remember exactly. Like he's 29 now or something, 28. So he peed, and I saw it coming, and I just ducked, and the whole stream went over my shoulder and hit the shower curtain, and it totally missed me, and I was like, "Phew, that was close." He almost got me right in the face.
What the fuck?
That
But
was
I mean,
Sammy-
that boy had some distance.
Sammy says my 15-year-old shat on me. What the hell was his 15-year-old doing? Oh, when he was newborn.
Maybe we don't want to know.
Everyone else was thinking the same thing I was, right? That it was the 15-year-old that shat on me.
Phrase it like
No,
that.
Dave, whatever do you mean? We would never think like that, Dave.
Nope.
No, no. Right, next question.
Wait. Oh, wait. You answered. Never mind.
That's just the standard now. Scream at Dave before we move on. Did he answer?
Oh yeah,
Because
never
if
mind.
he starts to ask the next question and he hasn't answered, he just says, well, never mind, the next question is already up, so I'm not going to
Yes.
answer this one.
Exactly.
So,
Right. Question
just best
780.
to get right in there.
Question 785. What was the last thing you lamented?
Accepting, just a minute ago, accepting an invite to come on this show.
Well, damn.
Taking the first job I could get when I got here, and now I'm not liking it very much for money reasons.
Is it easy to switch jobs?
Thinking about it.
MathPig?
Not really that much. Don't live with regrets.
The size of the
No,
monitor base? The size of the monitor base?
That fucking annoys me. That's,
He complained to you about that too?
I don't know why you yanked it off. Why didn't you just take a sawzall and cut it in half?
That's what I
because I
said!
borrowed the monitor. I
Oh.
told you I borrowed the monitor until I get the 22-inch one.
Yeah, but you said you broke the base off.
No, it pops off.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh,
I don't.
you said you
I don't-
broke it like.
I don't see the point on lamenting it on the misery that's happened in the past, because there's so much more misery to look forward to in the future. That's the way to look at it. It's called being positive.
Yeah.
Nerdy says, the last thing I lamented was Dave's burst ball. I can't bring myself to throw it away. I think there must be something I can do with it. I don't know
It's
what.
the right colour to make a lovely cape. A little tiny itsy bitsy cape.
Auction it off for charity, Dave. It's true.
I'll sell it in pieces.
Someone will buy that shit
buy
for
it.
$1.
Someone will buy it.
Oh. Oh.
Be the biggest donor for Dave's new fancy, the high-tech ball, and you get his old one for free.
Someone actually started a GoFundMe for a new ball. I screamed at them.
They just wanted to make sure you had all your bowl needs taken care of, Dave. Damn.
They weren't offering enough money for that.
That's what they were so funny. They needed more money.
What's the last thing you lamented?
Who?
Katnip.
I don't know. Probably my daughter turning 1. That's like a real sad thing for me.
Oh, but
I want her to be bigger.
you've still got the best years.
25.
You've still got
Are
the
you
best years.
kidding me, Kat? My kid is going to be an adult in less than 2 years. Okay, fuck you.
Right.
You have all the time in the world with your little one. I'm losing.
2
my-
to
I'm
4.
gonna start
That's
Let
when
me
it's the
tell you-
best.
Mine just turned 29. There's no whining allowed from you, young lady. My little
Yeah.
blonde-haired, blue-eyed little girl's almost 30.
I didn't mean to break Manda.
This shit fucking
did.
upsets me. Oh my god.
Using its
Aw,
bad.
buddy, you need a hug.
Look,
You'll have me.
Come
You'll
here.
have me to
I'll
distract
give you
you.
a hug.
Manda, even if he's moving out, you're not losing him, all right?
Yeah, boys are
Damn.
needy. He'll be around for at least 5 years after he turns
Yeah.
20.
I hope so.
37
I'll
and
take
more.
it.
I'm
Then
37.
you'll be
and
like,
above.
God, have you left yet?
Actually, I think
Never let him go.
I think what MathPig's just said is makes me the thing I probably lamented turning fucking 40. So fuck.
That didn't
Again,
bother me in the
I
slightest.
am almost. Never mind. Yeah, 40 is the big one.
I don't
Just
know.
I'm okay.
Well, I got to ask
Just
Manda
no.
now, but can I hazard a guess what it might be?
What?
What's the last thing
What is
you
your
lamented?
Yeah, but what is your guess?
Angel getting older.
Yeah. I every single
Like,
day.
literally, just
I feel
happened.
that. Yeah, I know. But no, it's something that's on my mind every day, and especially now that he's working, and so he's like pretending to be.
But
an
it's not a
adult and
real
everything
job.
Shush. No, it's not a real job. But it's still something. He worked for like 10 hours yesterday because people always ask him to take a shift, so he's just always gone, and yeah, but he sucks.
Aww.
They should never grow up.
See, here's the problem.
Ever.
This is the point at which you should be going. Finally, I can get some peace and quiet.
But he's never been the kind of kid that desperately needs attention or anything. Like, I'm always the one that's trying to get his attention.
You're the needy one in the relationship.
I
Yes,
am showing how pathetic I am as a single mom here, so I'm going to stop talking.
All right. Next question. Question 786. What would you say is the most religious experience you've ever had? I could supplant that with spiritual if you wanted. Mostly to accommodate Jeff.
Yeah, I suppose so.
That's a broad spectrum.
It is, but I'm trying to go for the weird things that they seem to associate. I don't know. I've never had one.
Definitely had a and it should say a personal experience when I kind of sold me on polytheism for a while, but again, you know, it's one of those things you look back on that and kind of realise there's actually probably a far more logical, rational explanation for that, and because I was seemed to be in this thing where I was around people that were in sort of Norse gods that I had a confirmation bias going in there, sort of say, you know, so I was looking for someone like Thor or Odin to reveal themselves to me, and then they're going to you know.
Yes.
You realise that in hindsight. I think these things would be more convincing if you went in, say, I don't know, like searching for a personal experience of, say, the Norse gods, and then Jesus appeared. It might make Christianity a little more, you know, convincing from a personal experience point of view.
Well, no, I think the point is it would have to be someone that it'd be like you being a Hindu that's been in Hinduism your entire life looking for that god, and then Jesus appearing. It's got to be something that you haven't got this level of indoctrination that you can fall back on for it to be meaningful. I mean, I've had experiences that I would consider that sound like how they describe spiritual experiences, if that makes sense.
I've definitely had others that you could say were spiritual experiences, but or just say maybe some stuff I was taking when I was in my late teens, early 20s.
I mean, Nerdy says, I guess the most was after about 200 mushrooms. I was doing them daily anyway, so I built up quite a resistance. Katnip?
I don't know. I don't think I have one.
You haven't even had the thingy when I was trying to think what my uncle asked for a sign from God, and there was a crash upstairs. And they counted
Something
this.
fell over.
Of course, something fell over. Or a fucking bird flew into a window upstairs.
That'd be like me praying for a sign from God, and the other day, and your ball pop in. Maybe the good Lord's trying to tell us something.
What the hell? Ricardo says sex in the altar in a chapel in Arcon. I can't say that word. Arcanon?
What's it?
France?
What are we looking at here?
Ricardo's.
Am I not seeing it? Oh yeah.
Arcanon?
I think that's how it's pronounced. Yeah.
Arcanon, France.
It's not a place in France I've ever been to.
Sammy says, I was doing backflips through the earth on some drug, but not sure which one. Artie says, making the sign.
So I have an
plane
answer,
crash
Dave.
upstairs. Oh, go on.
I thought about it. So, a prefix to the story. When we were kids, when we were teenagers, we would be like busy doing stuff, and we'd say something nice to mom, or she would feel love for us, like how you get that like mom hug. Well, she would grab the back of our neck and squeeze the back of our neck, and we called it a neck hug. It was like mom's neck hug. It was like a quick there's a hug kind of thing. But it was just something that she started doing. I don't know why.
Dave, I think it's pretty.
She died in 1989. So in 2001, when I came out of the closet, I was in an apartment by myself, no windows open, no air conditioner on or anything. It was like that nice fall time of year. And I sat down and I was talking to her, crying, I hope you're not disappointed in me. I hope you don't, think less of me because I'm gay. And this weird brush came across the back of my neck, almost exactly the same size as her hand. And, it was freaky. I can't even explain it. I just can't. It was just like someone touched the back of my neck very gently. And then I was like, okay, I think it's okay. I think she's not. It was just bizarre. So that's about the most strange thing I've had happen to me like that.
By the way, Dave, it's pronounced Arcachon.
Arcachon. Knew I wouldn't get it right. Amanda!
Seeing MathPig naked for the first time.
Get that smirk off your face.
Oh, he's like, way down.
The icon and muted himself.
He's already hiding anyway.
I remember later to come on stream.
Angels singing.
I hope Angel wasn't in the room and singing.
Angels. Angels in general, not the.
I was going to say I saw Dave naked for the first time. That was a whole different experience.
That's more demonic.
Bleach in your eyes.
That was when I saw MathPig.
Yeah, I censored that picture. You seen fuck all.
That was enough.
They use it's okay. They use my they use pictures of me naked to cure sex offenders. So
Jeff, oh my god.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Wait.
What?
Dave.
What?
Dave.
I've already answered.
David answered, didn't he?
You answered?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Gotcha. Sorry. I wasn't texting other people and not paying attention to you.
I'm sorry, what happened? I wasn't texting other people and not paying attention to you.
Exactly.
Is there a question? I totally wasn't texting anyone else and wondering what's going on.
Right!
Stop sexing each other.
I know. This is what they do. The show is foreplay to them.
Yeah, I said it might be a
Oh yeah,
part
you're
of
the
that.
foreplay show. I forgot, Dave. Oh, sorry, Katnip. Go ahead.
Damn, I don't want to be a part of this.
Look, she's like, all you guys are fucking old. Leave me alone.
It's not even that. I'm tired. I don't want foreplay. I want a goddamn nap.
Same.
This is how you feel when you get to 40.
After the nap, maybe then we can talk about foreplay. But right now, damn it, I want a nap. I just woke up and I want a nap.
Like
I hear
that's
ya.
that's coming from a mother right there. Only a mother would say, "I don't want foreplay. I want to sleep."
Yeah.
I tell my husband this all the time. I'm like, leave me alone. I want a nap.
At least you have another person there, though. Angel used to, when Angel was that age, he used to wake up 4 or 5 times a night and then would be up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I never fucking slept. I was very cranky. Very, very cranky. Think of cranky now, MathPig. Fuck you.
I never said you were cranky. I just pointed out that I'm really not cranky.
You absolutely said that I was cranky. I have textual evidence.
Yeah.
Of course, you're
Textual.
Beat his
Of
ass.
course, you are not. Of course, you are not coming across cranky in any way with the way you just said that, Amanda. Just saying.
Thank God for that, huh, Jeff?
Monday morning. Oh, Dave, what is the first thing I said to you this morning? Followed by whoever invented morning should be drug out to the street and shot.
I don't remember that bit. I just remember the first word. Right, next question. Question 787. Shit. Should people have the right to discriminate against people based on their physical attributes?
No.
We already do that. What are you talking about?
Well, it shouldn't, but it happens.
The
Obviously,
question
obviously, it depends. Obviously, there's some jobs or whatever that you can't do for physical limitation. You know.
I very specifically did
But
not
that's
make
not
this question.
discrimination. They ask
just
you
saying-
when you take the job if you have any physical limitations that stop you from doing the job, and then you
Yeah.
admit that.
Yeah.
That's
I-
not,
wait,
that's
wait,
not
wait,
discriminating, That's just
Wait.
truth.
I explicitly did not make this question about jobs.
Ah.
This is should people have the right to discriminate?
Do,
Oh, absolutely
do
not.
tattoos count as physical attributes? And if so,
Yes.
can count having crosses and shit tattooed all over yourself? Because I agree with discriminating against that. Or like KKK signs and that kind of stuff.
Good
Well, this
question.
is somewhat my point. I
Dave?
don't think.
Is that really a physical attribute though? That's
That's
someone's
right.
way.
That's why
So,
I asked
yeah.
if that counts.
Yeah.
I think it's physical enough. It's a grey area. It's physical enough
you
because you
choose
can't
to-
just take it off.
Yeah, if you choose to change your body in that way and do so with symbols of hate and ignorance, then yes, you definitely deserve to be discriminated against. Otherwise, no.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, generally, if someone's got those tattoos, and if they've changed their opinions, they're going to go and have those tattoos inked over or something, aren't they? So.
Mhm.
Well, there are tattoo artists that will do it for free to people who have white
Yes.
white power tattoos and stuff.
Mm.
But
Yes, that's true. I've even heard of tattoo artists that have volunteered to put to tattoo nipples on women that have had mastectomies because of breast cancer. They do it for free,
yeah.
so they
Right,
feel
here's the question.
more. Yeah.
Here's the problem. If individually you cannot discriminate, how can you be free? Now, I'm all for businesses not being able to discriminate. I'm all for people being able to dictate how they are treated in a public arena. But one individual discriminating against another?
Is it really? Is it? I mean, is there any harm in it if you're just discriminating, but in not in a way where it actually harms anyone? I mean, I would not even call that discrimination. It's just like having a thought or an opinion, isn't it?
Well, this is where I was trying to get down to. This is why I didn't include job, because I totally agree from a job perspective. I think that the only thing that is relevant is whether or not you can do the job.
Mm.
I mean, although saying that in its own right is a level of discrimination, but not based on physical attributes usually.
Yeah. Well, generally, you're not going to hire someone who's sort of blind to go for a driving job, are you? Let's be honest.
And that would technically be discrimination, would it not?
I don't know if legally it stands as not. I used to be sort of fairly familiar with the Equalities Act, but I haven't had to give it a serious look at any time recently.
Yeah, Artie says, I tend to avoid conversations with people who are actively drooling, for instance. So you're immediately discriminating. You're immediately discriminating against that person. You meet them in the street.
Yeah.
You make a choice, and it's the same way where you decide when you're walking home and you decide whether to cross the road instead of carrying on the side you're on because of the people that look ahead. You are making a judgment call then. Ricardo says personal choice is not discrimination. I'm not sure how it's not discrimination. You are discriminating. It might not quite fit into the legal definition, but most of the legal definition is to do with work or to do with business rather than individuals. I mean, at the end of the day, should I have the right to stand at my front door and scream racist abuse out?
No, I think then you get into a thing though. There, I think once you
Well, you're
start
getting into harassment at that point.
You are stepping into a point where you are potentially affecting someone else. Then
how is that different
but if you
to someone else standing on their
discriminate-
doorstep screaming that I'm going to hell?
I didn't say that was right either, Dave.
No, he didn't.
No, I
And
know.
it's not.
I'm just-
Is it any different? Probably not. I don't agree with either.
Sammy says, if you're discriminating as in judging lower than yourself based on physical attribute that wasn't chosen, then it is bad. Nerdy says, if you want to use a very broad definition of discrimination, my brain explodes. That's the problem. Ricardo says, no, I'm not a free speech absolutist.
Yeah, no, I even a lot of people who claim to be free speech absolutists are not free speech absolutists.
No.
And I know I've seen that in action. People saying that they're free speech absolutists until they hear something they don't want to fucking hear. They try and get it. They'll be the first to get it. I mean, there was a very famous thing that happened on Facebook a few years ago, but as well as a few years, it's been early days of Facebook, and someone created a page. Now, and I will say, yes, the stuff that was being put on this page was disgusting, and it should have been taken down, and I'm glad it was. But also that I could see that the guy doing it was doing it to troll the sort of free speech brigade. I won't get into what the jokes were, but they were disgusting on any way level you look at it. It was disgusting. It was over the line, but I also kind of saw what the guy was trying to do.
Yeah.
And the people that were calling for that page to be shut down were the people who generally are the ones who shout free speech all the time. So I've seen this. I've seen the double standards on that.
Artie says, as long as the language doesn't incite violence, you should be allowed to scream whatever you like, at least until a neighbour calls the police because you're disturbing the peace. Nerdy says, Dave discriminates against cheese. I sure as hell do. It's wrong on every level. Here.
But we were talking about people and physical attributes, not objects or food. So
No. Manda.
I answered.
MathPig.
I agree with yourself, Dave. I think everybody should have the right to insult everyone without inciting violence. Like, it should be a freedom of speech, freedom of right that you can do that.
Katnip.
She went away to get cake.
she stepped out for a second. I guess you're stuck with me, Dave.
Oh, she went to get cake. Cake.
I know.
Might be cheesecake.
So,
though.
I think there's a fine line of discrimination sometimes. For instance, where I work, the people that steal are 95-ish, 98% homeless people. So then they say we discriminate against them when they walk in the door because they're homeless. No, I'm not discriminating against you because you're homeless. I'm discriminating against you and thinking you might steal because you're in the class of everybody that's like you steals. So it's hard to, it's hard to look at them objectively when the statistics are so against, not in their favor.
Yes, very much.
So that's what I instantly thought of. And it is hard because you'll see somebody come in and they're dirty from work and they're, and you kind of look at them like, is that dirty from work or is that I'm homeless dirty? And you have to like make a decision whether you're going to stare at them for the next 20 fucking minutes, to see if they're stealing something. So it's tough. I feel bad because I don't like to. That's not the kind of person I am, and I don't want to be that person. So I'll watch somebody for a couple of minutes, and I walk away thinking, no, that's okay. They're not going to steal, and then they steal something. So and it's. Every time I walk away and quit watching them, they steal something. I'm not even kidding you. If I walk around and get sneaky and watch them to see if they're stealing so I can kick them out of the store, we don't have to deal with them anymore, that's when they won't steal. So every time I give them the benefit of the doubt, there's probably been one time maybe twice that it hasn't happened. So they're actually making me discriminate against them, and I don't want to.
Yes, very much so. Oddly enough, I think there's I could say an awful lot, but I'm not going to on where the social contract is there and how I think it's broken. Catnip with cake.
Huh?
It's got cream cheese. Dave doesn't like cheese.
It's maple vanilla with cream cheese icing. Yes, you need to share that. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, come here. I have.
As long as I can scrape the cream cheese off.
Dave, I will make you a whole cake without cream cheese on it.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm coming. Nothing next flight.
Be a cheddar cake instead.
Should people have the right to discriminate against people based on their physical attributes?
No.
No, not at all?
I don't think so.
Excellent. Right. Next question. Why are these all serious questions? Oh, I like that one.
You put the questions together, Dave.
I know, and I'm
Yes,
now reordering
Dave.
them, which will annoy Caroline. Ricardo says, how does B know that the homeless is not serving for a rich kleptomaniac to pocket something? She doesn't.
Well, actually, most of the homeless around here that do steal, because the ones that don't steal just don't come in the store. The 3% will walk in and grab food and use a EBT SNAP card to buy food with, but almost every single one of them that steals has some kind of a drug problem. And that's why they're stealing. They steal the stuff to sell it on the street so they can get a fix. And you can tell when they walk in, look haggard when they're 30 years old, part of their teeth missing, sores all over their body. I mean, it's obvious that they have a drug problem.
Right, next question. Question 788. Would you rather give up cheese or oral sex?
Cheese.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Asking me a question. I haven't had sex in 2 years, Dave. I'm not giving up cheese.
Manda.
Oral sex.
Giving or receiving?
See, that's
You-
why
wait a
we're
minute.
friends.
She just hasn't had the
Exactly.
MathPig yet.
Are you saying giving or receiving?
Both.
Okay. Oral sex.
Oh, you have to give up both?
Yes.
Damn.
All right, receiving.
Definitely.
Oh, okay, I'll take the
cheese.
cheese.
Then I'll stay with the cheese.
Giving.
Yeah, yes, I'll take the cheese. Half people don't know what the fuck they're doing anyways. Fuck it, I'd rather have cheese.
B and I have had extensive conversations about this as well, so.
Giving.
Sure, get MathPig mad at me first thing in the morning. Thanks, Panda.
I said it so quickly because I enjoy doing it more so than I enjoy receiving it.
Mhm.
You know this.
Same.
All men say that.
Until the time comes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no pun intended. I didn't mean it like that. Seriously did not.
Artemis says, not exactly giving up oral sex. Nerdy says, I do quite like cheese. Ricardo says, sadly cheese. Katnip.
Oh.
I don't think I like cheese that much, but I'm not really that big on oral sex either, so neither way this goes really upsets me.
I feel like there's a pattern here with the females on the panel. So
I guess I'll keep the cheese, because otherwise I can't make cream cheese cake icing and mac and cheese for the husband, and that's like damn near the only thing that bastard will eat.
And burgers are just wrong without cheese. I'm saying.
I usually don't eat my burger with cheese, because there's not enough room with all the other bullshit I put on top of it. Like,
There's always room for cheese.
No, there isn't. Cheese ruins everything.
Jesus.
I think
Oh,
cheese is ruining our friendship, Dave. Jesus fucking Christ.
I think you're right. Artie says, I'll eat ass. Does
Hey,
that count?
do not discriminate against him because he doesn't like cheese, man.
Yeah!
It's wrong.
True.
Sorry.
I got you, Dave. Don't
Making
worry.
your
Okay,
friendship stronger, because then all of Dave's cheese is now your cheese, because he's not going to eat it. So he's just giving you extra cheese.
Katnip, I love you. Dave, you're my best friend. Tell me you hate shrimp and steak too, and we will be the best friends ever.
Oh, shrimp is fucking. There's
I'm not
sea
re- I'm-
bugs.
Oh, it's so
Fuck.
good.
I
love
am
my
very
little
not
bottom
keen on
feeder
steak.
Tasty nuggets.
I'm very not keen on steak, and I'm really hit or miss on shrimp.
Sweet.
You can have the shrimp.
Dave is now my new best friend.
You can have all the steak, the shrimp, and the cheese.
B, I think you found your platonic soulmate.
Yes.
How do you feel about
Yes, I
chocolate
have.
and coffee?
Chocolate and coffee, how are they?
No, you,
Who,
Dave.
me or you? You, Dave.
Yeah.
All the chocolate is mine. Forever.
Oh.
And I haven't had a cup of coffee in 3 days? 2
Dave,
days?
did that include
Okay,
white
okay.
chocolate?
I'll sacrifice the chocolate for the cheese, the steak, the shrimp, and the coffee. Okay, you can have it.
Does that include white chocolate?
White
Okay, this
chocolate isn't chocolate. They just call
I
it
know
that.
Mixed together. Sammy says, so this is,
Disgusting.
Sammy says, I'm with MathPig. Never had a blowjob that was great. Have more fun giving. Having said that, cheese is cheese. And if one wants to touch my penis, then why would I choose cheese?
Thank you, Sammy.
That was all
Touche,
fucking
Sammy.
over the place, Sammy, okay?
It really was.
Right, what's going on?
Jeff!
White chocolate, by the way, is really great to put in mashed potatoes.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Yeah, I
it,
know
have
you
you
tried to-
tried it, Dave?
No, because it's wrong. It's just wrong.
Yep.
It's just wrong.
Be honest. You get the white chocolate baking squares, you break up a couple pieces, and you sprinkle it in, and you mix it in. It doesn't taste chocolatey. It just adds a little bit of the sweetness flavor. Trust me, fucking try it. You will love me for the rest of your life for suggesting this to you.
This is.
Right,
still-
moving on. Jeff, what's your answer?
So I'm starting to see why there's an obesity problem in America.
Yeah,
putting, like,
Add
in
chocolate to mashed potato.
Yeah, that just helped.
What the fuck? Fine.
Right.
Yeah, the
Sorry.
Jeff.
damn bar, Jesus, calm
Yeah.
down.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
putting a little
Yes,
bit
Dave,
of
how can I help?
You have 3 Americans here. Are any of us obese?
No.
No. That's
Yeah,
it's
there you
called
go.
Making, it's called making
doctor I am.
called making a joke, Manda.
I know. I'm just giving you shit.
I'm fat. I'm just skinny from the boobs up.
Same, B. Same.
I'd
Is
say
Doug-
opposite. I have
opposite.
obese breasts.
Like for my height, quote unquote, I'm obese. Well, not obese, but getting there. I'm like, shut up and give me my Dr. Pepper and my cake and leave me the hell alone.
Right, because that's what she's having right now as we speak, is cake and Dr. Pepper. It's true.
Oh. That's a horrible combination.
Oh, Dave, you gotta ask Jeff the question. He was gone and missed
I know. What flavour is Dr.
Okay.
Pepper?
Dr. Pepper flavour.
Yeah.
Do what?
A little bit of antifreeze, a little bit of.
Right. Jeff,
Flavored.
Yeah.
would you rather give up cheese or oral sex?
Oh, it's just gonna be really
what-
easy for him.
Giving, receiving. Well, I'm not a big fan of either, but I suppose technically for some women, if they are giving oral sex, then technically they're giving up a form of cheese at the same time.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, that was disgusting.
That doesn't
Mute him.
answer the question for you.
Me,
Jeff and Tom.
seeing as I don't particularly care for either.
You're gonna give up cheese.
I hate cheese. I'm not particularly keen on giving or receiving oral sex, quite frankly, either.
So which are you gonna give up? Both.
Yeah. Which I've kind of already done, to be fair. So
That's terrible. Right. Next question.
why you a fan of cheese all of a sudden? Why?
Yeah, I love cheese. I give up cheese straight away. Question 789. What is the least valuable thing you have ever had stolen from you?
Probably a beer. Or someone stole a pint of my pint once. I think at a pub. That count.
Yeah, that's pretty...
Getting deliveries at work and you go out with a fucking pen and you have to sign for it and the delivery man steals your pen. Especially when you've only one left in the office and it's like, what the fuck, man?
I wouldn't know anything about ever having done that, MathPig.
Yeah.
Artemis said writing utensils. Sammy says my lighter.
Oh my
Beth?
God, lighters go missing.
Yes. Constantly.
God, I'm having trouble thinking of. I don't think I've ever had anything cheap stolen from me. It's always been something expensive. Although I do have a weird theft story. We had left our truck unlocked when I was with my ex-husband. We had left our truck unlocked every night, and since I always drove it, I guess I could say I left it unlocked. And someone dug through and stole all our change out of the entire truck, but they neatly took everything and stacked it on my seat. Like it was an OCD thief. Everything was stacked from low to high, neatly, in little piles in my truck as they dug through my glove box and everything. And it was probably only like $1.50 or $2 worth of change. So I guess that's probably the least amount I've ever had stolen from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Fair
really
enough.
weird.
Amanda?
My heart.
That's not.
That's not worth very much.
Something invaluable.
It's pretty
The
valuable.
least valuable thing I own. What, Dave?
How is that the least valuable thing you own?
If someone stole your heart, how are you sort of like talking right now? And, you know,
No.
I'm pumping it on the table with my left hand. to keep
You're
it
doing
going.
what?
I was gonna say it's a scientifically inaccurate joke, though, Amanda. You should know this.
It was a poetic one, though.
She argued with me the other day, Jeff.
Giant heart made of space. I don't
She
know.
argued with me the other day when we were watching Game of Thrones that if a certain person in the show had just done something on the faith that person believed, then the whole show would have been better and all this. And so you want someone to actually, go forward on the belief of faith and take their word on faith. As a scientist, yeah.
Because it's a fucking fantasy show, for fuck's sake.
You
In
argued.
the concept of
adamantly.
it being a show that is based in the world of fantasy, it works. Had it been about reality, it would be different. Why are we still having this fucking argument?
Yeah,
I see it more as a philosophical debate than an argument.
It is when I start yelling at him like this.
and now he's disappeared. He's run away.
Ricardo says garbage. Artemis says you can't steal garbage. It's forfeited. Ancho says I don't think anyone's ever had anything stolen from you. Sammy says, my partner had her CDs stolen from her car, but they left her Nickelback CD on the seat.
That's very believable. That's just evil.
Katnip?
I think the most inexpensive thing I've ever had stolen from me was some playing cards to a game called Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was like 6.
The only reason I know anything about a game called Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Neil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, Neil. All your fucking fault. No, Neil did not steal my cards. I did not know Neil when I was 6. Buddy.
I think the only thing I can think of that is I had a very old incinerator bin nicked in the front garden that must have been completely worthless by the time it was nicked. It had been used so many times.
I had somebody steal my physics notes on my freshman year in college. I'm sure completely worthless, but they were worth a lot to me. And it was like, 3 weeks left of the semester, so it was like a pile of fucking notes.
Are you sure they stole them?
They were on my desk. I went out to go have a smoke. I came back and they were fucking gone. So
Did you know who did it?
no,
I'd say that's
never
stolen.
figured it. There were so many. I lived in an honors dorm, so most of us were either physics or engineering students, so we all had the same classes and stuff. So it could have been any fucking number of people.
If this
An
person,
honors dorm,
if this
and she
person,
says she's not smart.
yeah. If this, so this is that troubles me. I mean, this person could end up winning a Nobel Prize, and all the time he's stolen it from Amanda.
Right? Off of the back of my fucking work. God damn it.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah,
Next
that would
question.
probably be my answer. Wait, did you answer? Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
Making sure.
Yeah, just trying to work out why my daughter's here.
She's here because she can be. God,
No.
shut up.
How many more smutty questions have I got today? Can I
Loves
put
you.
into taunt her?
You're taunting us with them, really, Dave.
Oh. Never occurred to me to do that.
She's here for Father's
Dave?
Day.
Read the
Just a day
chat.
late. That's all.
This is day late.
Ooh.
Right, next question. Question 790. What do you consider... I don't like the way this is phrased. What do you consider to be the least considered dangerous aspect of religion?
Hmm.
Ooh, that's a loaded one.
Yes, that's the problem.
Right, just read that again, Dave. Just make sure I'm getting the question straight here.
What do you think is the least considered dangerous aspect of religion?
That is difficult. That is difficult because it's probably one we haven't even considered as well.
There's probably lots we haven't considered.
Mm.
I mean, I think it gets talked about a lot about the indoctrination as to being the reason people believe, but I think how... I don't even know the words to describe it. How it puts things right very deeply in your psyche that you don't really know are there and don't know are having an effect. And you can leave the religion and years later they are still there controlling your psyche.
How about because I think we may have just touched on this. It was either on here or another stream I was on the other day, but I think one that doesn't always get brought up is it doesn't teach people to cope with loss that as well as that perhaps people should be.
No, not at all. It teaches you to not deal with it.
Yeah, and I think that maybe I think that because I don't think that's something that's really discussed very often, but I think that may be I think that may be where we, the possibly, for something that's not considered very often, but
Yeah, I gotta go with Katnip.
What?
What's your answer?
In the chat for a minute. I'm gonna agree with Artemis in the chat, tithing the poor, because there are some churches, especially in the South, that also have food banks. So it's like they tithe the shit out of you, or they guilt you into paying tithes, and then they're like, "Oh, if you need food, we'll give you food." So it just leads to this really ridiculous cycle of giving them all of your money just so they can give you the smallest amount of food that you'll actually survive on, and then pretending that that's okay. I know I am very extensive childhood memories of that shit happening to me and my family. So
Antja says, people spending so much money on religious accoutrements. I don't actually know that word.
Religious what?
Accoutrements. An additional item of dress or equipment. Things they need for their religion. Sammy says, what Dave said, the lingering indoctrination can be a massive roadblock in completely waking up. And keep one falling back to the security of the indoctrination. Thank you, Jen. Accoutrements. I'm going to kill her. MathPig.
Hi, she's smart. I like her. Don't hurt
She's
her.
very smart.
I don't know what accoutrements are.
Ass.
Why would I know what accoutrements are?
How do you not know?
Why would I know?
Because you're.
It's
I
like
don't know. British people are supposed to have large vocabularies.
Yeah, I went to a public school.
So did I in America. In Connecticut.
Yeah,
though.
hello.
public school means something different in the UK, Amanda.
No, I was using it in an American sense.
I refuse to believe that. The poshest man in our community.
Yeah.
Jesus candles from gas stations. Oh. Jen says
Only
it
if you
means-
like them at the gas station. That's a very dangerous aspect.
only if you like them more.
Manda.
I can't think of
I
it.
don't know when they have luncheon gatherings, I guess. I can't think of anything.
How are they dangerous?
You said
What do
least dangerous, didn't you?
No, I said least considered dangerous.
Oh, okay.
They could still really be dangerous.
I was wondering what are they discussing at these luncheons?
Religion.
Depends on what they put on. Depends on what they put in the potato salad. Just saying.
Okay, so then the
Probably
most
white
dangerous
chocolate.
is fuck. Won't come back to me. I heard it wrong. Sorry. I was totally paying attention though.
We'll see. How
It's like
we'll
saying
see-
no, I didn't fart.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how much you're paying attention in a minute, man.
I think we're about to lose Jeff.
Yeah.
Or am I roboting?
Yeah.
You're junk shopping a little bit. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll drop out and come back in. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I would say the same. The indoctrination or the hierarchies of the church, having, different people in different positions of power. It seems to make things worse. I don't know. Fuck if I know. I'm not religious.
Oh, that did something weird. Oh, I see.
Oh my god, yes. Miracle Whip versus Mayo. Miracle Whip's not real. Get rid of it.
That's what they discuss at luncheons. That leads to war.
Oh, actually, you know what? I got it.
Go on.
It's all the anti-science rhetoric,
Yes!
attempting to prove themselves by facing up against science and saying it's wrong. That is.
Did anyone here Cy got on the last call on Atheist Experience last night?
No, I didn't.
He phoned in to complain about atheist memes. About us doing things like God equals the square root of -1. And things like that. And they had this length here where basically everyone stopped being fucking pedantic. And I said the correct response really is, we're going to start worrying about what other atheists say when you start giving a shit about what the fucking batshit crazy Christians say.
In fairness to him, though, he does take
Thank
on
you.
some of he does take on some of the fucking arseholes like Kent Hovins and whatever on that, the way they misrepresent science. So I'm not a big massive fan of Sygart, but
he's got worse since he's retired. But it is what it is. I was shocked. Who hasn't answered? MathPig.
Probably the idea of the supernatural, because it'll pop on after religion and things like that, as you said, Dave. The lack of critical thinking and logical thinking, and you're still open to stupid stuff and still susceptible to being conned by. It's the idea of mind, the idea of the way you think.
Yeah, I was depressed to see how much of Cosmo was filled with fucking star sign shit.
I was going to say something on what Manza said, which I think something just that's not so much the science denial aspect. It's the actual. What I find worse is when they actually misrepresent actual science to make their point. I find that a lot worse, more insidious than science denial.
Well, but it's a form of science denial.
I mean,
itself.
It is in a way, but it's more that they're just deliberately misrepresenting science to prove God or to prove usually young Earth creationism or something like that. I find that a lot. I find that far more insidious because that's very, just blatantly dishonest.
Yeah.
Do you have one, B?
The only paths I was going down mentally, they already covered. So no, I really don't have anything.
Fair enough.
I don't investigate into it enough because I don't care about it enough to have that much of an opinion on it. Honestly.
No, it's entirely valid. Right. In which case, next question. Question 791.
Manda was paying attention as well because she didn't ask you if you'd answered.
It's not the sort of question, though.
Because you have. Because you did.
I ranted.
I'm paying attention. Sort of.
Question 791. How do you feel about the need to move to a 4 or 3 day work week? Which we've kind of touched on before.
Oh, I would love that.
I'd love it.
I used to have a job where I worked 3.5 days a week. And I did, hold on, I don't want to lie how much it was. 42 hours plus some overtime if I wanted it. And it was great. I worked from Wednesday at noon to the rest of the day. And then I worked Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning off. It was great. I loved it.
I would maybe phrase this one just because of the way you're what you said there, B, about saying you're working 3 or 4 days. You said you still worked over 40 hours, which is very much full-time work. I mean, I'd be interested more with this question of shorter working weeks rather than 3-day weeks. In terms of the actual amount of hours we work,
it would be 21 to 25 hours.
Yeah. I think that I'm assuming that's kind of where you were going with this, Dave. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah.
It would be that a 3 to 4 day work week was enough to live on.
Yeah. I don't see any reason why it's not plausible to do.
I mean, I've worked places that they did it. I know it's totally plausible, and it's awesome because you know you have a set schedule, you know exactly when you're going to work, and 3.5 days off, you could take, like, just go on vacation for a few days. You know, so, I mean, you can't go too far, obviously, but I used to go camping on my days off for, 2 days, 2.5, 3 days. It was great.
At the end of what you said, Seraphim says, I work 4 days, 10-hour days. It's helped my mental health a ton. Seraphim says, the 8 days straight was getting to me, so that was the alternative. IQ says, I'd be happy with 6 days. People should work however much they need to.
I fucking hate
IQ works a lot.
He's got like 3 jobs. Plus being a dad, like that man has more jobs than I can count.
And a mod on virtually every decent channel.
Exactly.
3 mobiles usually as well.
Yeah, he's just got a billion jobs.
Artemis says, as long as it doesn't affect the income, it's brilliant for the economy. Seraphim, I dislike that I work every weekend, but it was that or 8 days. And Monica answered, he's right, the question would depend on which country you lived in based on the quality of life versus pay scale. I mean, for the context of the question we are asking, we are assuming same level of basically, everything is the same as it is now, but you're working less days.
So
or less
same
hours.
Compensation,
yes.
less hours.
Yes.
Now, who wouldn't take that?
Oh, and everyone would take it. But the point is, the whole point is, it should rise. You're no better off. You're better off time-wise, but you're no better off financially.
You're probably better off physically and mentally, though.
Yes, very much so.
Absolutely, that's my point. Yeah, I agree. Who didn't answer? Amanda?
Everyone. MathPig.
Oh, I definitely agree with that. I work 6 days a week, and I've been looking and back. I'm not going back to work 6 days a week. I'm hoping the fuckers make me redundant because I'm there 20 years as of November past, and I'm not going back to 6 days a week. I'm not.
You just want to spend all your time with your cam girls.
I want to spend more time with as it stands now. And saying that, no, taking Manda completely out of the equation, the way it stands now with Elena's mother working, that means that she comes up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. When I get back to work, what am I going to get with the child?
Oh, entirely.
Right.
You know.
Did you just call me a cam girl, Dave?
Don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, that's totally wrong, but fuck.
I was going to say, Katnip.
I don't work, so I can't really. I mean, I enjoyed my 8-hour days when I was working. Because I like my 7 a.m. to 3. Long enough time for me to tell all the other cashiers to suck my dick.
I prefer to say lack of dick. Use that one, it's great.
No, my
That
favorite
really
is,
throws them off.
my favorite is when they go, but you don't have one. I'm like, yeah, but I'm looking at one.
Ooh.
You're my official dick. You're welcome.
And people are going to come up and tell you suck all the time. But no, I had to teach. So I worked, when I used to work, I was a cashier at a grocery store. And at the end of the night, we had to clean up. You know, we had to sweep and mop and do all this stuff. So I had this little tiny, like, stereotypical white valley girl. I handed her a broom because our vacuum cleaner was broken and we have this tiny little bit of carpet we have to clean. And she goes, "What's this?" "Sweetheart, that's a broom." She goes, "What am I supposed to do with it? I need to vacuum the carpet." "Honey, the vacuum cleaner's broke. You don't have to sweep the carpet." "I'm gonna have to do what now?" "Give me the broom and go find something you can do." Like, Lord.
Oh, that's terrible.
Go wipe dust off the products. I had a cashier once that was so stupid and couldn't get anything done and just didn't understand how to do anything. I gave her a duster and I made her go dust the products in the entire store just to keep her busy because she sucked as a cashier. I got rid of her eventually, but she just couldn't do anything right. Here, go dust product.
Yeah, I didn't have the power to get rid of anybody.
Oh.
I was also just a cashier, but I was like the best cashier they had, and they all knew. All the managers knew it, so they would let me get away with just about anything because they knew I wasn't going to get away. I wasn't going to try to get away with anything bad. So like, one of the cashiers would be like, "Katie said something mean to me," and the manager would look at them and go, "Don't piss her off." I told him. I think I told him to get.
I like those managers.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I showed up early. I stayed late. I did everything I was ever asked to do on time. My register was always clean. My bags were always stocked. It's called doing your damn job.
Yes.
Oh, now you want people to do the job they're getting paid for. Great. Jesus.
All the managers were like, she was probably bitching at you because you didn't do what you were supposed to be doing. I got one fired because I caught him on his phone. I was on my lunch break and he was slouched all over. Like, instead of just standing there being on his phone, he was like stretched out across the whole cash register texting somebody, and I was like, I just took pictures of it and sent it to the manager. I was like, "No, you should see this."
That's evil. Manda.
So wait a minute, he was on his phone, so you took out your phone and took a picture.
She was on a lunch break.
No, I'm kidding. I know what you're saying.
On lunch break.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I walked up to his register to buy my lunch, and not only was he, I wouldn't have had a problem if he would have been like, "Oh, hey," put his phone down for a second, rang me up, got back to his phone, because we weren't busy. But no, this little fucker, I'm standing there holding my lunch with a 30-minute lunch break, and he's sitting here, and he looks at me, makes eye contact with me, and goes right back to his phone. I'm like, "I'm gonna beat your ass."
Oh.
I'm like, "Let me buy my lunch so I can eat it, please." For fuck's sake. All the other cashiers are actually doing important stuff like cleaning.
Santi says, how about a one-day work week? That sounds lovely.
I wouldn't want to work for 24 hours.
God, that would be one long-ass day, though. You'd have to work 24 hours straight.
No, you're missing the point. You still only have to work 8 hours.
Yeah.
If there were jobs that paid enough for me to work 8 hours a day and live off of that.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the point.
Well, Dave, you said that it would be like average out to like 20-25 hours for the week.
No, it was for 3 to 4 days.
Normal, so I assumed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would work out at about 8 hours a day. If you're working 3 days, it would be 20. My mind's just gone. 24. And if you're working 4 days, it would be 32. So I'm slightly off. But it would be 8 hours, but you would be paid. So you work the 3 hours, the 3 days. You get paid for what would we get paid now for a week, and how you adjust and how the economy adjusts for that. Manda?
Well, I mean, I make my own hours, and I tend to have a few days a week that I work a bunch and just get it out of the way, so then I have numerous days of the week that I don't have to do anything, and that's easier for me. So I guess I agree.
One day we come back. Right. Next question, I think. Question 792.
Right. Moving on.
We haven't done that today. 792. Have you ever been I can't even say it now. Defenestrated? How do you say it?
What?
Defenestrated.
What is it?
Defenestrated. I'm not sure that's how you say it. My mind's just gone blank.
What the fuck does that mean?
Hold on.
As the homeschool kid who doesn't have a very large vocabulary, what in the actual fuck is even that word?
Right.
Help?
Thrown out of a window?
It is
What?
thrown out the window, remove or dismiss from a position of power or authority.
Thrown out of a window.
No, I have never been.
Neither. Neither definition of that word.
For telling us memes. Jesus.
Manda?
Jiminy Christmas.
Attempted to. Someone tried to throw me out of a window once. Yes.
MathPig?
Lovely.
I already answered.
Did you?
Oh no, new question. Sorry. I don't even know what that word means. Oh my.
To be thrown out of a window.
Thrown out of a window.
No.
No. I thought you
Or
would.
the other definition of the word. Neither one of them I can say.
Beth?
I had a dream once that someone had pushed me out. Okay, so the house we lived in was an old farmhouse, and it used to have, when we were kids, and it used to have a set of stairs going down the side of it. And so they took the stairs off because they were old and falling apart. And so there was just a door, and you could open the door, and you were on the second story.
Yeah.
And so when we were kids, we used to pile up the leaves really, really high, like 7-8 feet high, and we jumped down into them.
Yeah.
And I only did it once because I was little and I was scared. The boys would do it all the time, whatever.
Yeah.
Until Mom found out and locked the door. But anyways, I had a dream once that someone pushed me out of the door and I landed on the leaves like this. And there was spikes coming up out of the leaves.
Ooh.
It was the weirdest freaking dream. I was like 10 years old. It's the weirdest dream in the world. Like, I died in my dream. There's a spike coming out of my head. I could see it right by my eye. So, anyways, no, I've never had that happen.
Antja says yes every day. Oh, and then says, oh, never mind. Ricardo says no.
Damn, Badger.
Harmonica says nope, but have thrown others out of windows 3 stories up. Seraphim says, whoever submitted this question is awesome in my book. Defenestrate is my favourite word, but the answer is no. Antja says, the only thing I've been thrown out of is a party.
Thrown out of a pub a few times, but
Right.
I don't think I've ever been thrown out of a bar. Sorry. Moving on.
No, me neither. Oh, that's the wrong number. I hate moving the questions around. Right, question 793. Have you ever heckled a performer or innocent quizmaster? How did that work out for you?
Used to do it every single not every single Wednesday, every 2 Wednesdays at the Student Union in Queens. We would deliberately go to the front and dress in his most outrageous outfits we had for the comedy night, just to get the attention of the compere and actually get to know him. It was Colin Murray.
That name rings a bell.
former DJ.
No, the Irish comedian Colin Murray does Mock the Week. Or no, the Blame Game. He does the Blame Game.
All right.
Never heard of it. I don't think. Jeff?
Never an innocent quizmaster, no.
The way you phrase that, you imply something else.
Yeah, just read into that what you will.
Katnip?
No, No, I don't think I've ever heckled anybody.
You must have heckled Dave on here by now.
Maybe.
I've never done anything like that. I'm just
He's an innocent quizmaster, and Dave is like the
Yeah.
least innocent person I know.
Yeah.
Manda,
What?
have you ever heckled a
What was the
performer?
question?
Have you ever heckled a performer or innocent quizmaster? And how did that work out for you?
Are you trying to suggest that you're innocent?
I didn't suggest that. I added the in brackets.
I feel
I
like
added.
putting in the word innocent there was directed
Oh.
at you. Because I think I've heckled you, but you're not innocent. So I'm going to go with no.
I'm on
it's
a-
true.
No,
He's not.
I'm losing this.
No, I've never. I don't think I've ever heckled a comedian. So generally, you heckle comedians, it isn't going to end too good for you.
Harmonica Man says, I heckled a drummer once. It turned out to be a glorious bar fight. Big Zebra says, I once accidentally heckled a poor magician. Does that count? Very much so. Seraphim says, of course not. Aunt Jer says, no, because I'm not rude. Ricardo says, do priests doing a sermon count as performers? Very much so.
Oh, okay. In that case,
Go on.
yeah, I definitely. Well, not so much street preachers. Street preachers definitely, if they count. Yes, definitely. Mainly one several years ago that was trying to preach, and I think his exact words were, how can anyone possibly believe that their grandfather used to be a chimpanzee? And my answer was, that's not what fucking evolution says, you moron.
Big Zebra says, I was once at a show and a tired, overworked magician came out with a ski, a bowling ball, and an orange. And I said loudly, want ski, meaning who has just one ski, just one ski. And the magician looked like he'd taken a punch to the balls, sagged his head, and continued with his sad little act. What? I don't get it. My bad. Right, that was everyone. I'm disappointed. I thought you'd be more heckly. As in at other people.
Do you
More
think
heckly?
assholes are stupid?
Say again? No, I think...
Yeah, as Jeff said, it never really goes well when you heckle a comedian anyway.
It does go well when you heckle a comedian. I mean, it doesn't go...
Here,
Of course it
get it
does.
right back.
Yeah, but that's a two-way banter. It's a good thing.
Yeah, they're usually. The thing is, they're very used to it, meaning they've probably got good responses to it.
Exactly.
I think the best one I actually I enjoy the way he deals with hecklers is probably Stuart Lee, because he doesn't go in there and destroy him. He almost treats the heckle as if it's a genuine question or line of inquiry from the heckler, and then tries to get them to go with it a bit. And he just does it in it's like a sort of funny way of putting them down without actually being nasty.
Right. Second to last question. Question 794. What is something most people need to hear, but no one has the guts to tell people? Oddly phrased question.
When they're being a prejudiced asshole. That's what I see the most.
They're too goddamn egotistical, because everybody is.
You're not special.
That's kind of part of it, though. But yes, I agree. I feel like egotism comes in pretty strong in strong factor in discrimination and
Yeah, you're
prejudice.
right. Seraphim says, your crotch goblin is not special.
Okay.
And yes, your baby is ugly. It is not cute.
You can't say that!
Liars.
I would
Some
go.
babies are just ugly, but in the defense of the ugly babies, I've seen ugly babies that have turned out to be beautiful fucking adults. So
Most babies
it's
are
just
ugly.
a fact.
Speaking
would,
of babies, hold on, my
That's
giant,
not true.
my crotch goblin is crying.
You ever notice
I
that
would.
the
I'm gonna
child
quote it.
actors that are super cute when they're kids end up being ugly adults, like Macaulay Culkin and I don't know. There's a bunch of them. But
Yeah.
they're really cute when they're kids, but they turn out to just fucking weird ass looking adults.
I think we started a trend
Yeah,
here.
it happens.
Aunt Jer goes, yes, the ugly one, ugly babies one. Your baby is a prodigy who could get a job in a circus, no problem.
I would.
Oh,
I would use the line that the comedian Bill Hicks used to say: "Your children are not special."
What I said.
Mine's special, fuck off.
Amanda.
I don't know, come back to me.
MathPig.
You're really asking me that question?
Yes.
yes.
I don't really have a problem speaking my mind.
But you don't
Oh, I
exactly
thought you
go
were
out
talking
to...
about what we think other people are afraid to
Yes.
say, not what we're afraid to say.
What do you think other people need to say?
Most people just need to speak their mind a bit more and stop fucking worrying about the reaction. Spend longer worrying about the reaction than actually what happens.
Yes, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I agree, because I'd rather someone come up to me and just tell me they don't like me, and then we just know where we stand with each other. I'll tell them to fuck off. Okay, we don't like each other. We can move on with our lives now.
But lots of people
Not
won't
even
accept
that.
that.
Not even that. Say for talk's sake that you had found out that you were going to lose a finger for whatever medical reason. We had to cut your finger off. You don't want to tell your daughter. You're going to have to tell your daughter. Why drag it out for 6 months and feel awful? Just ring her up and fucking tell her.
Right. I agree.
You're just going to cause yourself more pain.
Well, it's no kitten.
There's a good one. There's a good one. Kitten.
Aww.
There's a good one. Kittens are not that cute.
Oh, they are quite cute.
Bullshit. All baby animals are really... Even the ugly baby animals end up being cute because they're babies. Hi,
You just
pumpkin
upset-
pie.
Yeah. Oh,
See, I just woke up and then mommy juggled me into a shirt and I hate it.
Amanda.
I don't know. A lot of people need to be told that they're fucking
Just wanna-
ignorant.
Yep.
Because there's too much stupidity in this world, and people need to be told to their face, "You're stupid. Get fucking educated."
Yes, I agree.
Yep. Can't
Nobody
disagree.
gives a shit about your opinions on stuff. There's facts and there's feelings. There's a difference.
Agreed.
yeah. That's
Anytime
the old adage: you're entitled to your own opinions, not your own facts.
Yes.
Yes.
I like that
If
one.
I have an opinion, I will be quick to state this is my opinion. I don't know if it's a fact or not. It's just how I feel about it. Because there's a definitive, extremely definitive difference.
Yes, I have the better acceptance. Aunt Jer says that's not how facts/statistics work. Right, I think we shall move on to the last question. Oh, okay. Question 795. Would you rather have a nose that never stops growing, or ears that never stop growing?
Your ears don't stop growing.
Neither
Neither does your nose.
and no cartilage does. Your nose and ears both continue to grow.
They do.
Yes.
We're talking more extreme.
You're talking like Pinocchio here.
Accelerated.
Yes.
Live to be 150, your nose and ears will be fucking huge.
Yes. Oddly enough, from the last question, that's one of those interesting things about statistics. There's this lovely statistic that people that live, the people that tend to live the longest have big ears.
People who live longer have what ears?
Big ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
that's been presented as whether or not that's causation or related.
Yeah.
I thought that was a fact that they kept growing.
It is, but the point is that you can interpret it in different ways.
That's So if you think, so basically, what you're saying is, if you think the Queen Mother lived to a ripe old age, Charles is going to live to like 150.
Because he's got big ears.
Mm.
So, which would you prefer? Don't care.
Ooh,
I just
You
I hate my nose. I have
do you?
my
Why'd you
big
hate your
Dutch
nose?
I can't stand it.
Oh,
So
you know.
I thought cosmetic
nose.
surgery was
Not
all
a
the rage.
nose.
This is actually something I was telling MathPig the other day. Is when I was younger, my mother used to make this comment about how I should I should purposefully break my nose in soccer doing a header so I could get it fixed because it's so awful.
What?
So,
Oh my god.
yeah. So I don't want it to grow anymore. I'll go with the ears.
I
Fair
love
enough.
her wee nose.
You want to do what to her nose?
I said I love her wee nose.
Oh, that's not what I heard.
I think it is absolutely proportionate to her face, and I don't think it's big, but that's just me.
I think her nose is fine.
Thank you. That's great.
Aunt Jer says
And it's
ears.
her face. Just her
Say
whole
again?
face is great. I said I love Amanda's whole face. Like it all goes together. It's just a great face.
Same.
Aw. Thank you, Kat. That's very sweet.
My friend's father,
Like a second time, it's gonna be because you're happy. I'm not gonna make you sad this time.
my
Yes.
friend's father left, and we used to go up to his house because he was a raging alcoholic, and if we wanted to party, he would just pass out, and we could party there. That man drinking whiskey every day for 20 years. He had the biggest nose I have ever seen in my life. You know when you drink too much, you get that drinker's nose.
Yeah, the wino nose.
Yeah.
It's all like red and
Um,
bulbous and bumpy. Yeah, it's gross.
He
Oh,
was,
yeah.
Blood vessels are breaking in it.
he
I-
was
I-
that drunk one morning. We had drank his bottle
I-
of Bushmills the night before and filled it with cold tea, and he woke up the next day and drank cold tea all day and was still drunk. Didn't have a fucking clue. Like,
People that drink a lot have big noses. I don't know what you're talking about. Moving on.
Aunt Jer says, I think the nose would get in the way. Harmonica Man says, I would take the ears for sure. That nose would get in the way of eating or window peeking. Seraphim says, ears.
What the fuck?
Jeff.
I'll say ears.
Ears. Beth.
He agrees. This one agrees.
I'm gonna say ears because you could cover them up easier and hide them. And if you ever wanted to get like plastic surgery done to remove them or make them smaller, it wouldn't be so.
Is it easier to do
Obvious.
work on your ears? Do people have ear jobs?
Huh?
Do people have ear jobs? I assume they're called ear
I'm
jobs.
sure they fix everything. Why wouldn't it be ear jobs?
They pin them back. Like when people have ears that stick out, they do have one. You can always tell though because the tops of their ears are kind of like bent back, so you can tell they've been pinned.
MathPig.
well, the question's wrong because we don't have the choice. They do continue to grow.
Yes, we're talking
but,
about one of them being accelerated.
Within my ears, I get them chopped off when they're too big, shrink them back down again, and wear hats. And you cut my nose off to spite my face, I'm gonna look stupid.
Katnip.
Oh.
I think I also choose ears. It's just more room for piercings and Then I can just cut them off and make it too big.
Never thought of that.
Just own it and bling it. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, if it's gonna be there, fuck it.
Right. On that note, next to that, I say thank you very much to Amanda, to Beth, to MathPig.
Richard just texted me. I'm awake now. What do you need?
Never mind. Moving on.
To Katnip. And to Jeff. And thank you to everyone in the chat. You have been delightful. And if you haven't seen it, you really should go find one of the things of my damn ball blowing up, because it was funny as fuck.
It's on my channel. It's on his channel. It's on MathPig's channel. B, have you put it on your channel yet?
No, I tried twice and it was having trouble uploading it or something. I need to do it, find an easier way to do it or something. I don't know. I tried, 2 or 3 times.
Download that Google Drive link that's in the chat onto your computer and just upload from the folder.
But you should,
I tried to do that.
The one on Dave's channel and the one on our channel is different. So you can
Yeah.
watch both. So, go watch them. They're fun.
It's extra poppy.
Funny.
She's gone again.
In my version, particularly, I made the ball explode 3 times before
3
he
times.
sits back up again, which is quite funny.
I
Put the
watched
link
it.
in.
It was like, oh. Let me grab a chair.
It's funny because I woke up the other day and that was in my subscription box, and I was like, "What did I just read? What was that title? Back the fuck!"
Yeah, you missed that shit.
I started laughing, and my husband walks in the room and he goes, "Why are you laughing so hard?" I was like, "What? This is the funniest thing ever."
I didn't really laugh until Dave got back up and held it up. It popped.
When I showed Angel, he just pointed at Dave and said, "Boomer."
You know, Katnip, not to brag, but I was a pretty cute baby, and I'm gonna tell you, I wish I had a baby picture to show you right now, because it just dawned on me that your daughter looks a lot like what I did when I was like a lot like I did when I was a baby.
All babies look
Maybe
like
that's why I
that.
think she's so damn cute. No, they look
No,
different.
there are some seriously
just-
ugly babies out there. How do you
Yes,
tell somebody when they like put their baby in your face and you're like, "Fuck, that is a fugly kid." Oh yeah, that's great, awesome.
You know what I always say? I always say, "Oh, she's just gonna be so beautiful when she grows up." That's what I say. She's gonna be a beautiful woman, and they take it as a compliment instead of your baby's ugly now and you're probably gonna be pretty later. Yeah.
That's
Right.
smart. Good thinking.
You see?
Or a handsome man.
Handsome
welcome.
man.
Serpent height response is always good. It looks very babyish.
Yes. I'm sorry, I've already eaten.
Oh, we're love that.
Right, I'm gonna say goodbye. So, bye everyone. See you tomorrow.
Bye.